Welcome to the newest episode of Chapman and Chad of the Night Owl. Episode 14.
Whoa.
Got Bad Chad here. We got Player X over here. Thank you for coming back, Player X.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was a good episode last week.
It's good to be on the Tyler Webster show.
No.
Don't say that.
You did great last episode.
We loved it.
Yeah, you guys made it a two-part, which was cool. I guess I talk a lot.
No.
But I have many years of disc golf.
Disc golf stories, yeah.
Yes, that's what we
There's some good stuff, good tidbits.
Yes, a lot of fun. Thanks for having me again.
I love hearing about the other places you've been, right? Because we're kind of isolated. We're on an island, so we don't get to get out of the Shire as much. So
Yeah. I have gotten to travel a little bit with just playing just tournaments, casual tournaments, and living up north in Fargo. Just getting to experience disc golf course up there. Just meet new people, playing where you can.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just doing what you can.
I just wanted to point that out real quick. Chapman said that a lot last episode, so I want to throw mine in.
I'm not saying it this episode.
Oh, no, it's fine. It is cool.
No, it's not.
That you're so well cultured, disc golf wise.
That is good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Very fortunate for you. What you're saying now.
So we forgot a giveaway, right?
Oh, you want to do it now?
From
You guys give away discs on the show?
Yes.
every episode almost.
Oh, almost.
Yeah, I
This is
think
what
we've
we're
missed a
giving-
couple just because we forget.
Yeah, and it happens. Oh, we have a
What episode was that, Chapman?
2 episodes ago.
It was the lice, spice, slice, splice, ice
mighty nice.
giveaway. So if you commented on that, you were entered to win. We had a winner from Oklahoma City, I think, or
You
Edmond.
announce it. We'll let you announce it.
Okay.
Player X will announce it.
This one goes out to Reagan Land.
Ding, 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 ding.
Reagan Land.
Yay.
Let's give him a button.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Nice round of applause. Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Hey, good job. Good job. You'll get the splice that's nice and flies really nice. It's time for National News.
National News.
National News, okay.
All right.
Okay,
Not as much moving and shaking this week. It didn't look like.
No, I didn't see any big names
I saw
changing.
Stokely's playing Thailand.
Yes, I did see Stokely. We talked about Stokely last week.
Yep.
Yeah, he's abroad.
He's in Thailand playing abroad. That's international news there. Speaking of Broad,
Steve Broad.
Steve Broad,
Yeah.
former Discmania. He just left Discmania. He handled all of the dealer accounts, all of the wholesale accounts. So if you're watching this, if you're a dealer like myself, you knew Steve. If you're a player, you might not know Steve, but he was in the industry making a big impact behind the scenes. He is now at Upper Park disc golf bags, and they're
Okay.
really good bags. I
Oh, yeah.
love the pinch bag.
Yeah, I've had a Upper Park bag a couple years ago.
Yeah, a lot of the top pros have that Rebel.
Yeah,
The big
Rebel.
Rebel.
Yeah, I always see
Yeah.
the Rebel. A lot
But
of
I like the
Rebel.
pinch. It's one of my favorite bags.
I'm not familiar with that one. Tell me.
It's
about
their
that one.
small bag, the small shoulder bag.
Oh, just like a
Yep.
little day bag.
There's
8 to 10.
there's no water bottle pockets. It's just mesh side pockets and one compartment and a
Okay.
putter, compartment. That's it. Pretty pared down.
Just a little 8 to 10
But
disc bag. Or,
that's actually, it's wild to see all these people leaving Discmania. You
That's
know what
crazy.
I mean?
Yeah, that is.
It just
something's
seems
going
like an
on.
exodus.
is it? Well, I'm sure it has something to do with.
The prostitution bust last
Yes.
summer in Sweden.
Yeah, which is a big deal. Anyway,
Right
but
after
it seems
UC
to be like
Marisma won Entrepreneur of the Year in Finland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he was
He went and partied
an even
in
bigger-
Sweden and got busted
Yeah,
with a
he's-
prostitute. I have no idea if that's why people are leaving.
Well, it could mean maybe it's something to look into. maybe just it could be the
or don't.
It could
Yeah,
be
maybe he's getting treatment and doesn't want anyone to look over there right now.
I'm just thinking about maybe it's like red alert. What's happening with the company? Nothing's being
While
said.
he's not at the helm.
Yeah, all these people are leaving. Maybe it's an anticipation.
Micromanagement.
Maybe it's an anticipation of what's to come that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
People are jumping ship.
It's wild because the quality of the plastic doesn't seem to have gone anywhere. It's still great quality.
Yeah. No, yeah, the
polymers that they're
just
using.
in the last year, they've had so many new disc releases, or more so stamp releases, I guess, with the Mindbender and the Cloudbreaker and all those fun things that they've been putting out.
But in 20 days, they got their new S line coming out.
The new S line, yeah.
Yep. So the order for that was yesterday. I did not get an order in.
You did not put one in?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I had to get past today.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess you had
I got to sell some to buy some.
A pretty good day selling the 6
Yep,
claws.
we
here.
had the.
And Chapman
got one.
I got the
himself
Heat,
one.
a white Heat.
Upside
The
down.
white
upside down.
Heat.
The
It's
special
so hot.
edition upside down Heat.
Yes, I just misprinted
Yes.
it upside down. I love the Heat. I have an orange one. I never seen. You don't see too many modern Discraft white, just straight white. They usually
It looks
swirly
like
or
on the
something.
Discraft collector group, the whites and the blacks were the rare ones to.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
To have,
Chapman
so.
might have something
Score.
rare here.
I'm still throwing it.
Even more rare because it's upside down.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still throwing it.
We're gonna have to email them and tell them they stamped one upside down and let them know.
And quality control.
Quality
Sometimes
control,
it
guys.
slips past.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, he's really a 9. He's 9 times now.
Yeah.
Wow.
At times
Yeah.
9.
It's a future disc.
Yeah. Hey, is that foreshadowing?
I was reading about these 6 claws, and there was a lot of argument about what type of animal would be able to even leave a 6 claw mark.
Yes, I was thinking that on the way here. I was gonna bring that up. That's funny. Someone else thought that.
Yeah, it was one of the discussions that was being mulled about,
It's
and
2-3 claws. It's 2-3 claws.
That makes sense.
it's a sloth just coming to give you a little back rub.
Yeah, it's just a prehistoric back rub from a giant sloth.
So if he gets 7, it'll be a 7 claw there. I mean, how many? Is this the most claws we'll see on a disc?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, so this is 2 claws.
Definitely, he's definitely not done.
What's he got? 6-7 years left on his contract.
I'm not too sure, but I think
He
that's
still has a lot of years. He's looking good going into this year.
It's a pretty disc.
They are nice. I'm not a big thrower of Discraft. I haven't really a lot of these molds that the 6 time were printed on. I haven't thrown. I think the only one I've actually messed around with a little bit was Luna, and I was trying that as just a thrower. I had zero intention of even putting with the Luna.
I have, and they're worth quite a bit now. I have a bunch of like first run Undertakers that I bought at Hastings for half price when they were going out of business.
Okay.
Good old
Yeah.
Hastings, music store, bookstore,
Lots of them.
coffee shop.
Yeah.
The old titanium first run
Dang, they were selling those there.
Undertakers.
Wow.
So hit me up,
It's-
Paul.
It's so funny that a lot of these old stores or even gas stations really back in the day had some rare collectible super valuable discs, and you could just walk in and buy them and nobody was ever the wiser.
Man.
No, and we're like, why these discs got different weights on them? Because that's what I said when I saw them at Hastings. I'm like, it's just a Frisbee. I don't
Example
know.
number 1, Oklahoma City with a D-Mart.
D-Mart.
D-Mart's nationally recognized now,
Yep.
and he is a gas station.
He's been there a minute. Yep.
Yeah. And speaking of, just right down the street from him is DeLisi Park.
Right
which
across
is-
the street, cat corner. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the course that Kyle and I played the most as kids. So
Nice.
Oh,
that's
that's
where
cool.
we where I like to say I learned how to play disc golf.
Yeah. I remember the monster.
That's good. I didn't mean to say that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started early this morning getting these ready for the website for national sales. It looked like nationally they did really good. The commemorative 6 Claw and the commemorative McBeast, we had them all, and sold well in the store.
I think your zones are almost gone.
Yeah, Buzz. I might have a Buzz left.
Like 2 Buzz, I think, up there.
It's pretty light pickings.
Yeah,
the Hades went quick.
Yeah, Hades, Buzz, Zones, Lunas.
Yeah, that all got pillaged. So
It looks good. That thing's almost empty, though.
yeah.
Your Hades are also almost gone.
Yep, just a couple Hades left. It was a good time, but you saw some lines forming at some of the bigger stores across the country.
Anybody camping on the sidewalk for you?
Not here.
No.
Minnesota, just other places. Some Tulsa basket case shout out to them.
Minnesota. I hope nobody was camping out in Minnesota.
It's the gotta go, gotta throw.
Gotta throw. Yeah.
It's a pretty rad shop.
Yeah, I used to. That was actually some of the earliest merch, earliest gear that we.
I had
wore.
their cart. That was my first cart. Was a gotta go, gotta throw cart.
Yeah. My brother and my
You
dad.
could actually sit down and lean back in them. They
Yeah.
had a backrest.
Wow.
That would take all your weight.
My dad had a gotta go, gotta throw. Honestly, he was probably one of the first people in Oklahoma to use one.
You
of
just
those.
use those shoulder bags. You just threw an old school shoulder bag. That was your first cart bag conversion. Was the shoulder bags to the gotta go throw.
Yeah, and then I remember we were in Texas on a lot of those elevated super hilly courses they have there, and just him trying to walk up and down these hills with that cart, and watching him dump his cart 2-3 times on a hole, and then see him pick it up and throw it because he's just tired of it.
Yeah.
Good time.
It's a tough cart though.
It is a tough
Yeah.
cart. Yeah, the wheels didn't break.
No.
Didn't lose any screws.
The early Zukas, you'd lose your wheel nuts.
I found so many.
But the old
of
school
those
gotta
Zuka
go, gotta
wheel
throw
nuts.
are pretty tough.
Shoot, I think Hervé is actually still out at Meadow Lake looking for one of his wheel nuts right now.
Many years later. All right, is that national news? Is that everything? I thought that we had some something else. Is that it?
Oh, another thing, kind of based off national news, Simon is starting to refine his bag.
Narrowing down the bag.
Starting to narrow it down.
Yep.
Starting to switch out some molds. Levying between one or the other. Making the choice to go with something. Which kind of brings up my thoughts of he's posting a lot of content right now.
Tons of content. Yeah.
So much content, and we're really getting to see the true process a pro goes towards when he's making a new bag, a completely new bag. He's everything.
We've seen the whole, all of it.
And one of the videos that really caught my eye was just Simon being Simon and just throwing all of his frisbees unconventionally, skipping them off the ground to see how they react.
I saw that.
Throwing them on anhysers, throwing them on hyzers, forcing them to do things that these manufacturers probably didn't design these discs to even to do those things. And I thought it was really cool because it's something that I also like to do. I just go out and play with my frisbees. I don't know. They're still toys to me.
And he's very boyish like that. He's playing.
Yeah, and that's something that I honestly don't see enough disc golfers doing, is going out and just throwing their frisbees, throwing their discs, seeing what they can and can't do, and becoming more confident in different areas of their game. What do you guys think about that?
I'm not very confident in my game, I'll be honest. But man, he's just how much they throw, I think, is a big contrast, right? Because it's pretty much just recreationally for me at this point. You know, I'm
Yeah.
doing so much other stuff.
Yeah,
But
repetition
he's always
is-
throwing, always throwing.
Yeah. Repetition is very key in learning that muscle memory, knowing, oh, I did this time. The disc flew this way. That's definitely important. Another thing that it got me thinking about was Simon. They call him Simon lines. He steps up to the hole and he doesn't throw the conventional route.
He's got his own lines.
Yeah, he's got his own lines, and that's another thing that I don't see enough people doing. Is they step up, they see the basket, and they throw at it, and their game becomes very one dimensional. They only know to throw straight at it, but sometimes the easier route may be up and over, or
Certainly unconventional.
yeah,
I try not to do the typical thing. Like on hole 3, I like to go around the end of the trees. Around there. I try to go around there.
around the edge and flirt with the OB.
Yeah, and
at Meadow
lately
Lake.
I've been doing that. I've been getting up there, being an amateur and all that. But when we're out there at lunch, me and Tank, we'll throw like 3 or 4. Because, that didn't work. That didn't work. Because we're amateurs. We got to.
Trying to make the correction.
We have to learn different ways to throw, or we're just going to suck forever. So
Definitely.
So we're always doing different, not like we're doing drugs, different lines and all that.
Yeah.
But I like 3. I like 4. Those are my favorite holes out there, and we try.
Me too.
Different
I like
things.
3 and 4.
Yeah. 3 is a very good hole. You can throw straight at it. You have to be accurate if you're going to throw straight at it, because
It's super because you got the
have
trees.
you have that stone wall of trees with the 2 very narrow gaps to punch through. Or if you have that big arm, you can throw the high hyzer.
That's cool watching when that happens.
That one that's a lot of fun to throw, the high hyzer.
Yeah, I like
It's big.
Just go around that tree. I can do it with the Midnight Prowl and T-Bird 3.
T-Bird 3.
I got up to the basket the other day.
Nice.
So
Yeah, it's hole 3 is if you're not going straight at it, it's hard to get to the basket if you're throwing the hyzer or the high hyzer or even the low hyzer, which I've never tried the low hyzer there. I always just see that high gap. I'm like, oh yeah, I just throw it there, let the disc do what it's supposed to, fall down, gravity. Isaac Newton, he made it up,
yeah. You have to try different things, and
Yeah.
I didn't know there was people out. You surprised me because I didn't know people just go out there and just do the same thing over. And
No,
over
yeah,
and over.
it's really surprising that a lot of people will just go out and tee box, basket, straight line.
Our guys do that too.
Yeah, if you just go and watch enough of them, there's a lot of them that they're throwing. I mean, it works. It's working for them. They're scoring well.
Yeah, I just
But
never
they're-
pay attention to. I guess
The game,
Too many
the
other
game
people.
is you want to expand, because you're going to get into a situation to where you're really, really good at throwing straight, but you go and you play a new course, and you got
That's only one dimension.
Yeah.
There's left and right as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
you can't throw just throwing. If you get really good at throwing straight, is great, but what are you going to do when there's a dog leg?
If you can't backhand, if you can't forehand, if you don't have it all, you can't do it all.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
That's wild.
I'm not very good at disc golf because I don't have a very refined game and skill set. I throw 90% backhand. I do left-handed flicks when I can, which is the same as my backhand. And I throw a couple putter rollers, and that's about it.
Why is that? Why do you do that too? I do the same thing.
Well, I'm naturally left-handed, and played baseball. Baseball was one of our first sports, and I bat left-handed too.
Yeah.
So just the natural movement of swinging a bat for a left-handed person is the exact same movement as a right-handed backhand.
Oh,
So
that explains a lot.
So I already had that muscle memory. My body mechanics worked to do that right-handed backhand, and plus my dad and my brother are both right-handed throwers. So the visual was there, so I was able to mimic that as well. But I've tried to throw left-handed backhands, and my body, the timing's not there.
Okay.
And timing is a big thing in disc golf.
Yeah. I am. When I first started playing, I was all left-handed, and then I carried my bag on that side too. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, why is my shoulder all whacked out?
Yeah.
So then I had to learn right-handed. But I throw football with the left hand. I throw a baseball with my left hand.
Yeah.
But I'll throw a backhand right. But that explains so much what you just said. So
yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, overhands left-handed, sidearms left-handed, backhands right-handed.
We're the same. But you're better.
One of us. One of us.
That's cool. Okay, that explains so much. All right, I'm good. That's the show. Let's go. All right, now time for local news.
Local news.
Local news.
Let's talk about how cold it was during league Saturday.
Oh, on Sunday.
Sunday, excuse me.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, it was, I think, right around the time that we were starting league, it was 18 degrees, but it was
a 30-mile-an-hour wind.
a 30-mile-an-hour wind.
So-
Yeah, and it was like,
If you're watching and you're not good at math, it was like 0.
yeah, it was 0 or 1 degrees whenever we started.
Yeah,
playing.
it was 2 degrees for a high with the wind chill, I think.
Yeah, and we only played one round on Sunday up at the in Ponca City.
Yeah, the second woods toss.
Yeah,
those guys.
Mikey took that down.
Yeah, Mike Ansel.
Good job, Mikey.
A lot of our guys went over there and played. They played 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And they told me in the woods it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, you have all those trees
All the tree
to,
cover
to keep that wind
the
cover.
wind from cutting through you.
And then
but
they second round they went to the open course.
Yeah.
They said that Kaiser said it was cold.
It was cold.
Oh, was
Yeah.
Kaiser there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it surprises me that a lot of them had never even played Boat Arc and went and played a sanction event there in the cold. But then they
Yeah.
were like talking about
That's pretty
why
bold.
their rating was bad, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
why are you surprised?
Yeah, you're playing it blind.
Yeah, like
And
you didn't even
not
practice. Like, get out of
Not
town.
ideal conditions for.
You're killing me. Yeah. So
But I had fun because we were all cold.
it was. I couldn't throw. I was so bundled up. I'm just like, Stay Puft
See,
Marshmallow Man.
I tried to go light on Sunday.
I noticed, and you won, so it worked.
I did. Well, it
Yeah.
it
Good
worked
job.
out in my favor.
Good
Thank
job.
you. Did not shoot that great, but I ended up victorious. But I should have had one more layer, and that would have been a wind shell underneath my outer sweatshirt that I was wearing. Because when the wind wasn't blowing, I was warm, but that wind was just cutting through all the layers.
There was like 12 minutes where the sun kind of
Yeah,
peaked and then immediately went away.
yeah,
And
it was nice.
it's bleak
at about
again.
1:15.
Yeah.
I looked at my clock. It was,
For
it was
a
like
minute.
Exactly 1:15.
Yeah.
But yeah, that we can also we can kind of talk about preparing for conditions and just talking about how
Sure.
on Sunday. Living in Fargo, we did a lot of snow rounds, and that's where I learned to layer up appropriately, and
Take care of your feet.
yeah, keep your feet dry.
Definitely keep your feet dry.
Yeah, keep your feet dry. That was another thing up there. They called it comfortably cold. You're never gonna be warm. You want to be just cold enough that you're not frigid, and it's a very real thing because there's no such thing as warm in the winter in Fargo. But yeah, layer up. Tuck in your underlayers. You want to wear something that the wind's not going to be able to cut through. Sweatpants, windbreaker.
Yeah.
Wear gloves.
Don't fall in Meadow Lake when it's
Yes.
icy conditions. We've
Yeah.
had that happen.
Well, yeah, and don't walk on the ice either.
But don't come out and wear shorts.
Yeah, don't walk on the ice. Chapman tried to walk on the ice in the creek
That
to
never,
get a disc.
that never
in the
happened.
league
I don't remember that.
Sunday.
No.
Hole 8.
Oh, there was no water there.
His foot went through ice.
But there was no water there. It was just ice.
It just
But it's still-
receded.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
And then you joked about walking out on the water where it was like razor thin ice. Remember?
I don't remember that.
I was
part.
like, "Don't do it, Chapman."
It's the.
I'm old, I don't remember that now.
He's got frost on the brain. He can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Mike Anzalone taking down.
Yeah.
It's alone.
Yep, Mike Anzalone. He won it last year in MA3, wins it this year MA2. We had a lot of guys play really well.
Yeah.
Leighton played really well.
Yeah, he did really good.
Yeah, he played. I remember checking it right before I got out and started registration for our league here. I'm like, oh wow, he's like 100 rating points. He was playing above his current rating. He was doing really
He's
well.
on fire this season.
And then somebody else, I think it was Hervé, was like, yeah, I was on his card that day, and he was just like, every lucky thing that could happen was happening.
Yeah, the luck of
Like-
the Leighton.
Like hit the tree and then mocked going right in the basket. And he was just
wow.
basically saying he had a lot of tree love in the woods.
Hey, sometimes that works.
That's exactly, yeah.
Like
That's Harvey shining down on a young man in AM division, and
that reminds me of a saying. You can have luck, or you can have skill, but luck is a skill.
yep.
Oh, very good, Grasshopper.
And I'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another good one. Some more local news. We've been doing our tea signage program here in Enid.
Yeah.
Yep.
And-
The Northwestern Oklahoma State Northern Oklahoma College course.
Yeah, we've been doing. The club has been doing quite a bit of maintenance out there, leveling out some tee pads, adding some baskets, getting some benches out of the way that would hinder some of the new layout.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot of so first off that's a 36 hole layout. There's not technically 36 pads and baskets, but it is 36 total. 33 of those hole sponsors are available because obviously we gave the landowners each their own sign for free on their own land. That's only fair. That cost will come directly out of the Enid Disc Golf Club fund. But we already have some paid sponsors coming in. 4J's Tire Services here in Enid, Oklahoma. Get all of your alignment and new tire needs at 4J's Tire Services in Enid. They're going to be hole 4.
Hole 4.
4J's.
4J's. I like it.
Yeah, so they were really excited about that.
Well, James got that right.
Yeah, big shout out James Rocheteau. He works there. I think Brian, one of the Bryans works there. So
Okay.
yep, it's that's where I go to get those new Hercules tires on my pickup.
Okay.
Got my wife's realignment and tires there. So yeah, I think Kaiser does his pickup there, his alignment and tires.
Okay.
So
It's about time. I'm due for some new front tires.
they're on the north end of town. They're over on North Van Buren, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the Anzalone family, hole 14. Mike bought a whole sponsorship today
Wow.
on behalf
awesome.
of the Anzalone family.
Very cool.
We have several others that have talked about sponsoring a hole. I just want to point them out here. Broken Wagon Ranch, B- Customs, Austin Richards, Justin Haskey, Tristan Bradley, and Tyler and Kirsty Webster. So
Yeah.
we need to muscle those people into filling out an application and
Yeah. We
bringing that cheddar.
Webster family. we do like to give back to disc golf.
Yes, and I'm just going to show this on the screen right now. Mike took a picture of hole 14 at Bodark, sponsored by the Webster family. Wow,
Yes.
this hole has changed over the years.
Yeah.
Looks like they cleaned up the Bodark that was actually fallen in a storm in 2016 right off the tee pad there.
Yeah. That tree really is what made that hole the hardest. And with it being there, it really opens up the tee shot. It gives you a chance to get down the fairway.
Way more options.
Yeah. So not as threatening as it was whenever it was first designed, which was kind of why my dad chose that hole. He was like, "Yeah, we want the hardest hole on the course. Put our name on that one." And he walked us out there, and Ron Converse was with us whenever we were walking this course, and we were walking this route, and my dad starts going, "Oh, I used to take this route to get to the sandbar when I was back in high school, because my dad's was raised in Blackwell, Oklahoma,
Okay.
Just a little north of here."
Yep.
And he back when he was a kid in high school, him and his buddies would take girls out to the sandbar back where hole 14 is at Bodark, and they would go skinny dipping.
That's awesome.
So it worked out. Hole 14, the hardest hole on the course, and his little nostalgia pit right there, all in one.
I had one year at the Punk City. I can't remember actually what tournament it was, but one of the rounds was at Bodark. I was on that hole. I had a really stressful tee shot tree kick, and I'm walking up to my lie, and a sailboat just cruises right up onto the shore.
Oh, just right up onto the sandbar?
And I'm getting ready to throw right there. I'm oh man.
Was there some Hall & Oates playing in the background?
Yeah, right. It was totally awkward though. It was not what I was expecting, was to just see a sailboat roll up.
That's fun.
Yeah, a lot of potential there for sponsorships. You guys let me just go over real quick kind of some of what they get. The certificate of sponsor appreciation, we will print this out on a super nice thick stock, signed and delivered to you or your place of business for you to display as a commemorative certificate of our appreciation.
Awesome.
Also, with that application, you get the 8-inch by 10-inch sign for the life of the sign. We hope that's a long life. We hope the lawnmower man does not just cut a swath of T signs out of the course. But
Disc golf baskets,
we're going to build
signs.
nice borders around the posts, so there shouldn't be any reason to.
A nice little buffer to keep the blades from getting too close.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking giant fucking rocks.
Let's do landmines.
Yeah, let's just keep them away from it so they can't even touch it. They run into rocks instead. That's what they do on USDGC's property.
Yeah.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Big rocks.
Big landscaping rocks, yeah.
Landscaping stones. It'll be expensive, but we'll make it happen. Those are $250 a piece. I don't get a penny of that money. That money goes straight into the T-Sign Sponsorship Fund, which already, like I said, is starting to grow. So get those applications in. If you know a business, hit them up. If the place you work for, you're always telling them about disc golf, and they're like, wow, I wish this guy would shut up. Go take them an application. Be like, hey, I won't talk about disc golf for a month if you sponsor a team.
Yes. It could be, I actually think the United States military was using this movie called Hard Plastic as a technique to get intelligence out of terrorists. And if you guys haven't heard of Hard Plastic, it was a movie made by Andy Dick and his daughter in 2020, where she's aspiring to be a pro disc golfer, and he's upset because she won't get a real job.
What?
And
why haven't I heard of this?
Because it's not good.
Oh, okay.
It is not good.
Yeah.
I was reading the comments for it, and there's a guy that actually sat through and watched all of it, and he says, I sat for a little over an hour, so you guys don't have to. This is terrible.
Oh man.
I made it through 15 minutes and was not good. You can find it on Amazon Video. Hard Plastic.
Hard Plastic.
Yeah. But no.
What other local news did we have? Oh,
Speaking of raising funds, Flight Farm with their charity events, you guys raised
just for the Youth Bridge Disc Golf Program in 2022 last year, it was over $1,700.
Wow,
So
that's great.
Yep. Hey, that's a lot of cheddar to make those kids' lives better.
Yes.
So,
and they really appreciate it. Every time I see them, they're just so happy. They have the koi and the binks. What's the elemental? Is that the name of the brand?
I can't remember, but they're the really
like that.
soft, like floppy.
Oh, yeah.
I have the one with the airplane on it.
Okay.
The Aviator or something like that.
Yeah, the koi it's so soft. You can roll it up like a newspaper, throw it at the basket.
You can't. That's illegal now.
Oh, is it illegal
Yeah.
now? Oh, okay.
But you could if
Well,
Sorry.
casual rounds everything.
Debbie Downer over here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, man.
I on my Aviator, I throw it. I thought I was going to use it for 9, so it doesn't roll down the hill. Every time roll down the hill.
Well,
Because it always landed right on the rim, and it I'm like, dang, I ain't gonna use that anymore.
Yeah.
Throwing the Aviator on 9.
Because I was close. I just wanted to.
I haven't thrown an ultimate disc there. I guess I used the Zephyr that one.
No. Their plastic thing. What we're talking about though. Flip.
Oh, the Aviator is a ultimate disc from Dynamic
Disc.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look it up though. Their version.
I'm not too sure what
It has an airplane on it.
The Warbird.
No, that's.
Is it the Wee?
I'm not familiar with that one either.
Oh, okay. That's the from New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying.
They make the Ruru and the
Yeah.
Pika Wika Week. Yeah.
No, the koi's that soup. It's like they use recycled plastic almost.
Rubber.
Is
or
it
silicone. It's got to be some kind of rubber, like
But yeah, they're so soft.
rubberized silicone of some
You can
kind.
throw them on like almost like a spike towards the basket, and when it hits, it's just gonna recoil into itself, and it just
it
falls.
sits
back
so
flat.
nice. So many people were saying because the kids did that, did those for prizes or player packs or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the Binks, but like everything would set on that tightly mowed dead grass, winter grass.
Yeah.
I had the Interceptor. I'm sorry.
Interceptor.
Not the Aviator.
Okay. I didn't know
Interceptor,
about that one.
Every time it just rolled down the hill still.
And what's
Really?
the
It was just my
this
luck,
company Elevation?
though. Yeah.
Elevation,
It was just my luck. It just go all the way down. I'm like, I ain't throwing that anymore.
Rollaways are really high percentage there, though. I feel like
that's
I
like-
got
Even
a
with the
chance of
floppy
throwing
disk.
everything out of my hand
That
just
hill's
down the
like-
hill.
Like 50 degrees incline. It's pretty steep.
Yeah. It's really
It's
steep.
pretty gnarly hill to have.
Once you start
behind the
rolling,
basket.
yeah.
Well,
Because
I guess the basket's actually on the hill. It's at near the top of the hill, not quite on top of
They
the
used to
hill.
not mow it. And so it used to
so
you had a
it
chance of
would-
not rolling down.
yeah.
Well, why did we put it on the edge of the hill then? It's so that we could create rollaways.
Right.
So they mowed it out and now it's just
I'm always
always
at the
a
bottom
good
of the hill.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Even when I play for the top, I'm at the bottom.
Your only chance now is the gopher mound dirt, just to hit that and stop.
I think Drake wrote a song about that.
Gopher mound dirt.
Now aiming for the top. No, I'm here. Was shooting for a birdie. Now I got the bogeys here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Local.
I think that was it for local news.
What are you drinking over there?
I actually got some Japapino.
Chapman?
Ooh, is that good for you?
Well, they say it's cleaner, but it's also food.
You can eat it? I thought it was cleaner.
No, Japapino, is it cleaner or food?
You decide.
You decide. But
Whoa, show the camera where you got that. Jalapeno.
Japapino.
Slap out Oklahoma. Tell them the address, Chapman.
1101 West Main, Snap Out, Oklahoma.
Whoa, that smells like cleaner.
Oh, it could be cleaner
Or food.
or food.
You decide.
You decide.
Actually, the other day, I was taking a shower, ran out of shampoo. Wife was cleaning the sink. I just reached over, grabbed some Japapino.
So you shower in the sink?
No, I was in the shower, but I reached over to the sink.
Oh, okay.
Small bathroom.
Where she
Yeah.
was cleaning. Oh, I just murdered that. I'm sorry. Oh, God.
That was good.
Man, yeah, I have been on this new routine where I need to clean the bolts to my car and get rid of my dandruff. And I've been using it for both. But I haven't eaten it yet because of the hotline number. They said not to, that it was cleaner. And not to listen to the other hotline number that said no, that it's food.
Yeah, they got 2 hotlines.
Yeah, there's 2 hotlines.
Yeah, and they tell you they call one and they refer you to the other.
yeah, and it's like left Twix, right Twix, and you just keep like you just want to talk to someone, right? And you're like, is it? Should I eat it? And then
Well,
I just haven't yet.
Last episode, I talked about China Palace and the number 2.
I can't believe you ate that.
It really is no good for you.
Didn't sit well.
Did not sit well, but
Did you drink Japapino after?
the
maybe?
Japapino actually settled my stomach.
Settled your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it some fizz.
It has like an Alka-Seltzer effect.
Wow.
It could be the high.
How much of it do
acidic
you think you can
content.
drink and be okay?
And I'm on cup 2 of tonight.
Should we see him top it off and tip one all the way back on the show?
Oh no, I don't think I
No.
You
could.
don't think you could? No.
It burns.
It's
on the
too
way down.
clean.
It burns on the way down.
Wow.
Jalapeno.
Is it cleaner or food?
All right, guys. Now it's time for questions.
Questions.
Ooh.
Fancy.
With Tyler Webster.
Okay. This question is coming from Little Jimmy from Slap Out, Oklahoma.
All right, little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy.
I remember little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy, his question is, in recent rounds while playing with my friends, they keep calling me a brand whore. What is a brand whore?
Oh, he doesn't know.
Oh,
That's so
Poor
innocent at that age.
Man. Well, Little Jimmy, being a brand whore isn't a bad thing per se.
It's got its perks.
Yeah, it just means you're a really loyal person.
You're a brand ambassador.
Yeah, brand ambassador. That's a good way to put it. A brand whore is a person that is very specific to the products that they carry, they choose to wear, throw, support while they're out on the course. So it's not a bad thing to be Little Jimmy, but it's also not the best thing either.
You don't want to aspire to be like these guys, Jimmy. I'll disagree with him right here and say we see it all the time in the store. These people would rather throw themselves through this fucking plate glass window back here than to try a different brand than whatever their brand is that they think's the best.
Yeah. Well, Little Jimmy, I'm kind of with Chad there. I have a mixed bag.
I like mixed bag.
I'm a very mixed bag person because I feel like having that difference in brand, you're getting a difference in your control, kind of something that I hinted at last week and last episode. Each brand is going to have their
Nuances.
their nuances, their formula that went into creating that disc and the flight mechanics. So
Oh yeah, it's all proprietary to them.
Yeah.
Their design, everything.
So stepping out of your comfort zone and trying out a brand that you're not familiar with, or just reaching your buddy's bag, throw it the wrong way.
Wait, which bag?
Yeah, your buddy's bag. Yeah, just hey, how does this one fly?
No, legally, Chapman, in the rules, if I ask you to get me something from my bag, you have to help.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Now do it.
Do it
Zip.
now, Chapman. But yeah, no. Reach into your buddy's bag. Say, hey, can I try this out?
Yeah.
And then throw it the wrong direction.
Yep.
Tell him you hate it.
Yep.
And then make them go get it themselves.
Yes. It's like getting someone's favorite lure snag the first time they let you use
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That reminds me of another story. My buddy Scott Schultz once took a disc out of somebody's bag because he was talking about how good he was throwing it last round, this and that. And he's like, "Oh yeah, how does that fly?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you just throw it on a little bit of hyzer and it'll flatten out and it'll come back." And then he turns and throws it across the street into the woods. And he's like, "No, it flies like that." Scott Schultz, famous scoundrel.
When I first started off playing disc golf, I was just, I guess, a brand whore, I guess, because the only thing I knew was Innova. That's before I knew about Flat Farms.
Yeah.
Flat Farm. And so I would just, get Innova. And then my favorite disc.
You shunned every brand I suggested, I remember.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
When I finally came to Flight Farm, he's like, "Why don't you try this?" I said, "No, you got any Valkyries?" No, man, no Valkyries. And then one day I said, I asked Chad, I was like, I need something like a Valkyrie. Because I had 6, but they just wasn't going as far as I wanted them to. He goes, "Here's a Vandal." Man,
Try the Vandal.
that is an awesome disc. And from then on, I'm like, boop, you gotta try other stuff. Now I have an open bag. So
Yep. It's an infection that just kept spreading for me. I only threw Trilogy when I started playing. I just asked, like, the local cool guy, "Oh, what should I buy?" He said Trilogy. I Googled it. Nothing even came up back then, for when you Googled Trilogy.
It was funny.
And then I found out it was the 3 companies.
Yeah. People knocked on them being called the Trilogy when it was early on.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's all I threw. But when I started this place, I just couldn't help but, like, I had to know what I was talking about, right? I didn't want to look like a doofus.
Yeah.
Just over there trying to push whatever. I wanted to know, like, so I had to go down that rabbit hole. And I'm glad I did because, I'm no longer a brand whore.
Mm-hmm.
The best discs I've got, and I still throw, are the ones you told me to get. Once I got over the Innova thing, which I still have some Innova, but,
That's a really uncomfortable hump for players to get over. When I see it in their face when they kind of grimace and then wiggle around.
That's what I was doing.
When I'm recommending out of their comfort zone. I can see it
Yeah.
visibly.
When you get, he's like, you have to try this one, the Mantra. I'm like, I don't know. They got some weird designs. Like, well, there's a girl on this one. I'm like, okay, So I throw that all the time now, the Mantra. And but when he handed me that yellow Vandal, I'm like, oh, I don't know.
It was orange, I thought.
No, it's the yellow one that fell into the lake eventually. I got it back
okay.
though, but it has that outlaw stamp. on
Oh, the Craig's Outlaw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
cool.
had some
Okay.
stock stamp Vandals in here too.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I was I almost didn't buy that Mantra. I'm like, oh, I don't know, Chad, and
Man, everyone in Pratt tried it and they all love it now.
so
Vandal.
The Mantra from
Mantra.
Thought Space.
you threw that.
Oh, I've not thrown any
It's
Thought
nice.
Base.
I spent a whole year recommending
nice.
it. Like, you could look at the last few years we've been in business, and there's like one mold, right, where I'm just singing like a bird about. One year it was the Instinct. One year is the Pharaoh. One year is the Hammer.
Oh,
There's just been a mold every year where I'm like, oh, you guys got to try this. I'm just telling everyone that'll listen to me.
I've
like a
heard
broken
so
record.
many times, dude. Get the Hammer.
Yeah,
They all
now I'm
look
sold
at it.
out.
At first, they're all looking at, yeah, okay. Then they put it right back on the shelf, and they didn't.
Oh, they see it's like Chinese, the anti-Chinese sentiment.
Well-
Right now, there's a Chinese spy balloon above us. So
Oh yeah.
currently,
Well,
Why would you throw
for
the hammer?
for the Chinese spy balloon that's above us, Chapman, if you were to suggest a disc to
Yes.
the Chinese,
yes,
probably-
they need to know
Probably
this.
their Hammer, because that's a really
The
fine
Yakun,
disc.
they're sold out though on Infinite Discs.
Oh, are they?
That's the only Yakun mold sold out.
okay.
Thanks, Enid.
Good
I would-
job, Enid.
I seen the Yakun disc with their twin swords. That looks like a cool disc.
We sold those fast because I believe people were mistaking them for West Side swords. Yeah.
Okay.
But they,
I sold a ton. I literally sold out of them immediately as soon as I got them, and I think people thought they were West Side Sword.
They have that
is the
rim
sword
on there
still in
too.
production, or is that one that?
Yeah, it's still in production. I think I've seen it mostly in VIPX recently because of the player that just left, Erica Stinchko.
I think it's funny
Stinchko,
how DD, West Side, and Latitude are very open about which discs that they're going to keep continuing.
Production.
Yep, on production on.
Yeah,
That's
basically anything I like is out of production.
yeah. Air Sheriffs, I love
Yep.
Air Sheriffs. Those are no longer being produced.
The Criminal, they found out when they released it that I liked it. They're like, nope, 1 year and it's retired immediately. What else? The Witness. When I first started, I loved The Witness for hyzer flips and Anheuser's. And
The Saint for a long time was sold out, but then they put it in Trilogy Challenge last year.
Yeah.
Freedom. They figured I
Freedom.
could get a big tailwind hyzer flip with that, and they
The-
out of production.
Is the Renegade still in production?
Out of production. I like it.
Yeah.
We did club stamps with it, so it's going.
Renegade was
Thief.
a nice hyzer flip.
Did a run of Thief custom stamps. It's out of
Yeah.
production now. So literally, you could go back in the EDGC lore and like half the shit we stamped is
So don't
OP.
Don't stamp a Saint. Then,
Well,
please.
I think
I like the Saints.
it could be marketing genius. Discontinue
Just
something
bring them back
just so you can bring them back
in
later.
5 years,
Yeah.
10 years, whatever.
You like the Slammer?
Well, you can't just
and they got rid
have
of that for a while.
yeah. So you can't just have so much overlap out in the marketplace, and they were just new mold every year from all three companies.
Well, yeah, all
right?
three. Well, and they recycle, or well, I guess they recycle their technology. They
So like the Compass is the Sling, and basically,
Yeah.
they're
mhm.
they have the same molds for
Yeah.
some discs that are the same disc.
yeah, like you were saying, there's just
Yeah.
tons of overlap with the trilogy.
Well, then they had that minutia of overlap everywhere,
mm-hmm. Well, and
like the
that's-
Catapult and,
that's
the Sorcerer.
and that's another thing. People
I love the Sorcerer.
try sticking to these brands because they want that. They expect the discs to not overlap, but
Right.
you do need to step out and find those discs that do fly just slightly different than what you have in your bag. Because I was guilty of being a brand whore. Whenever my brother was touring pro, I tried to keep my bag true to what he was throwing, just because I had a pro right there in my own house that could give me the information I was looking for. So I kind of stuck with what he was throwing, what he was wanting to promote for his companies that he was working for.
Yeah.
And once he stepped away from some of these companies, I kind of stepped away and opened my bag up as well, and completely different style
Yeah.
of play now.
I think
just
that's a little
because-
different though too, right? Like you're not just being a brand whore on your own. You know, you have influence in your family, in your home, in
Right.
your relationship with your brother. Like
Yeah.
I think that's a little different than just being a snobby little whore. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
doing that.
don't be afraid to step out and try something new, guys.
Yeah.
You see something that looks cool, try it out. If you're too afraid to spend money on something, ask a buddy if you can throw theirs.
Well, ask the pro shop guy and just go what he says. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
usually right.
Yeah.
Everything
try
he's
what
You'd be
mentioned.
surprised how many people
I've been in here with you.
like come back later and they're like, you know what you told me about the one disc, and yeah, now it's my jam. Like it happens. Yeah.
Wow, I told you gave me that Midnight Prowl.
Getting people out of their
and
comfort zone.
I had to tell you, thanks, man.
Yeah.
That went
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a great mid.
It's
I love
when
that,
you,
man.
when you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
So thank you, Bad
Yep.
Chad, for making my game better.
Aw. Yay. All right, we have one final question today. This one's from Slap Out, Oklahoma, from Mandy Spamhoof. She says she thinks she's one of the worst disc golfers in Slap Out, and she says one of the worst feelings in the world is being bad at a game you're obsessed with. What should I do? Well, Mandy Spamhoof,
That's a tough one. Kind of.
I feel that every Sunday.
yeah,
Because-
yeah, I know, man.
I can crush it
every time
on-
I have a bad round.
I can crush it during lunch on the weekdays, and me and Tank, another local guy here, we joke that we have Chapman Film Sunday and Tank on Sundays. and we have weekday Chapman films who can play and Sunday Chapman films who can't, and he has the same character too.
Yep.
Man, it's like two different guys.
Night and day.
I've been on your car before,
Sanctioned
and I look at you
and
guys,
unsanctioned.
and I look
Well,
at you
and that's
guys,
like,
and I say, hey. I'm Jason Chapman. I played disc golf before. It is the worst feeling. I feel her pain.
Yeah.
But you just got to practice.
I don't know,
Eventually,
man.
your
If-
weekday will show up on your tournament day.
Sometimes some time off. I'll just give a different view here. Maybe some time away from the course.
Yeah, I've been.
Make your heart grow more fond.
Hervey's actually told me that.
Yeah.
Hey, just take a couple days off.
Well, and at our age, for our body.
Yeah. And
Well, believe it or not, when I was younger, there was a stint where I hated disc golf.
what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My brother.
It's last Sunday.
No, I was
so cold
miserable
out.
last Sunday, but I didn't hate that. That was actually still a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun during that cold round. But no, when I was back in high school, my dad and my brother always wanted to go and play, and I did not like going. Just for whatever reason, wasn't going to play well. It was 2 to 3 hours of my time that I was just going to get more and more frustrated as time went on. So I just really didn't enjoy it all that much when I was younger, but I get it.
It happens. Burnout happens.
I haven't got to the burnout yet.
Keep going. You can take a break, but don't quit. I
Yeah.
think is the advice here.
Yeah, the bag definitely went into the closet. But it was I could go and play about once a month and be able to enjoy it and just be annoyed that they even had the thought to invite me to go play disc golf.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, I really didn't have all that much fun because I was not good at it.
Yeah, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, well, it's even more frustrating when your brother, your rival that you've grown up with your whole life,
Yeah.
is doing really well at it,
Yeah.
and you can't figure it out.
You know what it's
Aw.
supposed to look like. That asshole's doing it. Why can't we
Yeah.
do it?
Well, that's why I think about you guys sometimes.
You assholes.
Why they're so good? They've been playing a lot
Now I know
I've
what
been
you're
playing a lot
thinking
shorter.
when I throw good.
No, another good thing that you told me recently is instead of playing, exercise. You told me to get those resistant bands.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
so there's
if
a
I can't
lot.
play, I just go with that resistant band that I bought at Walmart.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, think about it. Like how many times you got to pick up your bag
Yeah.
every time you throw. You got to put it down and then pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a curl, like, right? So, like, why not have your body ready to curl your bag, 72 times
Yeah.
around
But it actually
Like-
helped you throw farther
with either arm?
because
And
I've
then next
noticed-
thing you know,
I've noticed
now
that I've
it's
been
like,
throwing just a couple more feet lately. I'm like, damn, that really works.
Yeah.
Once again, listen to your pro shop guy.
yeah, we're working out and targeting for different things.
Doing pulls just with
Exactly. You want to throw further?
power pocket.
Get some resistance bands. Don't do a bunch of heavy ass free weights. Do some light resistance training.
Yeah, train your tendons.
Yeah, it's all the little
Yeah,
Supporting muscles.
Yeah, all the minute,
yeah.
the stuff that are, I guess you could call them microseconds when it comes to throwing, because throwing is all about timing.
Joe Lapino was a cleaner of food.
It'll show up here, but it won't show up here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
thank you for telling me about that
Yeah.
too. Because
And so then
it's
it,
helping.
next thing you know, it's your diet, right? It's like, oh, I could be lighter on the tee pad. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh, I'm going to bed earlier. And you just go down this rabbit hole once you start looking for ways to improve. So maybe that'll help Mandy Spam Hoof.
Not only come to terms with it's okay to not be good at something that you love, but
No,
also
I don't accept that. No.
Also some
Yeah, we had this.
also some tips for living a healthier life. It sounds like too.
Yeah. Yeah, but this came up last week. Like sometimes maybe it's me.
Yeah, it just
Do a little
sometimes
reflection.
just sit back and think maybe it's just me.
Like maybe you are just bad at the game.
Yeah.
And you'll never get better.
Oh, don't say that. I don't want to be
Sorry,
that guy.
Mandy.
I
But
don't
I'm
wanna
sure
be that
that's
guy.
not her.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
we're
wanna
an
do that.
optimistic bunch
Yeah.
here at Flat Farm, so
We got a 30% chance of success.
Yeah.
20% of the time.
all the time.
All the time.
I don't want to be that guy. Though.
Yeah.
I want to be like you guys. Yeah.
So we have another disc giveaway, don't we?
Oh, for this episode.
It is the Mustang from Mint Disc. This is the Royal Plastic.
Ooh,
Royal
I've got
Plastic.
an ace with the Royal Plastic
yeah.
Mustang. I
Well,
love this
hole?
disc.
Eight. This is like your
Mint,
eight hole.
mint disc.
This is hole 4 at my private course at my
Oh,
farm.
damn.
And then literally my dog was the only one there and so Kelly, like a jerk, wrote "Nice ace, Ziggy" on the back of my disc. So
That's funny.
it's basically a buzz clone.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I thought. So this is.
I thought it'd be a good idea to do mint discs. That's Mint Discs, Austin, Texas. Mint Discs.
Oh,
Just in case people had forgot about them.
Not like Clash.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, and it's not Clash from
Yeah,
Finland.
Mint is actually from Texas.
Yeah.
Clash
Made by MVP,
is not.
but they're out of Austin, Texas.
This is
and
made by MVP.
yeah, all of the Mint discs are made by MVP.
Oh, I learned something new. It's nice, Philip.
But I think with all of the hype train on Lone Star, I just wanted to highlight Mint discs for one episode.
Where Mason's Ford went to.
Yeah.
Mason's
So
Ford, okay.
let's see. Let's comment below. And you guys are entered for a chance to win.
Well, what was that? That comment, Chad?
Write that down below.
And
Yes. How do you spell that?
that's all E's.
Oh, just all E's. Okay.
A couple H's.
I would have mistaken a Y at the beginning of that.
Dang, that was surprisingly funny.
So comment
Yeah.
for
or
your
whatever.
chance to win a
Whatever you guys want.
mint disc Royal Plastic Mustang.
Peace.